Paul, good morning. Looking outside, it seems that tomorrow night's game against Grimsby Town could be in doubt.
Well, we've had a fair amount of snow and freezing temperatures and more forecast this afternoon, but we'll do all we can, try and get the snow off the pitch and make sure this game's going to be played.
What are the chances of it being on at this stage?
I wouldn't know. You can see that the pitch is covered in snow at the minute, but snow can be moved, and but then we've got the temperatures to deal with. So I would have thought I'll just leave it that to the professionals. We're gonna train and work like it's going to be on, and if it is, brilliant. If not, then it'll just be another postponement this year.
Will your preparations be affected?
No, we planned accordingly. So hopefully, game will go ahead, and we planned adequately.
Let's talk as if it will go ahead, and should it do so, how big a game is this for Mansfield Town this season? Is it the biggest of the campaign?
We've got all our games now between now and then the season are cup finals, and you can't get bigger than a cup final. So whatever the result, and I'm sure Grimsby think the same, isn't going to define whether we get promoted or not. We're on a good run, but at some point we're going to lose a football match or we're going to drop points. As simple as that. But so are the other teams at the top. It's no one can carry on on the runs that they have. And like I say, it's going to be very fine lines between now and the end of the season.
Your side have been excellent at home of late, but are you expecting a more tighter match tomorrow night?
You can't predict games, can you? It's Grimsby had a bad result at the weekend, and knowing the lads as I do there, they'll want to put that right. So they're a good side, big club. They'll have a tremendous support here. But like I say, I don't like to focus too much on opposition, and that's not being arrogant or anything like that. I like to concentrate on our camp, our mindset, and our focus. And if we go into the game with the kind of desire, hunger that we've showed of late, then it'll be a good game, and we've got a good chance of winning. If not, then we'll get beat. I don't bother looking at permutations and stuff like that. It's all about our mindset. If our mindset's good, we give a good account of ourselves, and we've got a good chance of winning a football match. If we haven't, we'll get beat. Simple as that.
Just a final word on Grimsby Town then. Of course, it'll be a return for the first time to the One Call Stadium for Tom Naylor. What type of reception do you expect he'll get?
Tom's been a great servant at this football club. He's a lovely lad. For 90 minutes we'll be enemies, but I'll speak to Tom before the game, and I'll speak to Tom after the game. I think he's. I think for 90 minutes, like I say, he's the opposition. So, and I think going back to a club, whether our supporters cheer him or boo him is down to them. But I say, me personally, I get along with the lad. I think he's a lovely lad, Mansfield boy. Come through the ranks here, done exceptionally well for this football club. So, like I say, for 90 minutes, we probably won't speak, but after that, I'll get him a cup of tea and we'll have a chat.
We speak here on Monday morning before your training session, but how is Louis Briscoe?
Yeah, but I think Briscoe will be fine for Tuesday. It was precautionary. It's not a bad injury. It's just a little bit of tightness in his glutes. So. We knew, especially after the Woking game, we brought him off at the Woking game. It's just one of these niggly little injuries that don't go away if they don't get the adequate rest. So we said going into Saturday we'd give him a complete weekend off, knowing that he'd be fully fit and ready to go for the Tuesday, Friday, and obviously the Tuesday after. So I think Bruce will be fine.
Are you faced with a selection headache now, because Lyndon Meikle was excellent on Saturday?
I'm always faced with a selection headache, Steve-O, and that I've got a lot of good players that are very, very hungry, and I think that's the biggest thing that's pleased me coming to the end of this season. Coming to the last 10 or 11 games that we've got, is that I've been watching the reserves. When we played in the reserves, I've watched closely the lads train. We've got some players that really want to gate crash our side and really want to, hungry to be in there. And when I do name the side on a Saturday, I know there's a lot of disappointed players. That really are chomping at the bit to get in that side. Now that puts pressure on the lads that are playing, and for 1 second, no one can relax. No one can get too big above themselves. No one can think that they've arrived, because we've got some good players. Just really, really are working hard to get in this side. And I think the most pleasing thing is that when we've gone away from home, some of the players that haven't been involved have they've wanted to come down and support the lads, and the camaraderie and the team spirit in the camp is excellent, and that's really tough. If you're sitting on the outside of a team, especially a team that's winning as we are at the minute, you don't really see yourself getting in there. It's very, very hard to keep yourself motivated, and I just think that's a massive point I want to get across, that people like Ben Hutchinson, X has been in there, Richie Sutton, it's not. These lads have trained exceptionally well and shown me the hunger that's needed to get in the side. And then you look at the bench on Saturday, the lads that have come on have put in a fabulous shift. And like I say, the biggest thing I can say is that when these boys come in the dressing room, we're all as one, and that pleases me more than some of the results we've had.
There's been no moaning or groaning then?
There's always moaning and groaning, Steve. I'm not going to lie to you. But the moaning and groaning, there's different ways to moan and groan. I always ask players to come up and vent their feelings at me personally, not to sit in a dressing room sulking. And I think one or two of the lads are understanding me now and understanding how I work. I don't like sulkers. The way to prove to me that you want to get in the side is on the training ground, and when you do get your chance on the pitch, to take your chance. And the lads are coming round, and the lads understand that I watch everything. I watch training, I watch the body language around the club, and I think it's very, very important that, like I say, that the group are together, and that we haven't got people that want to split from the group. Because I've said everybody will play a part, and we'll have a big say on our last 11 games, and I still feel that now.
Have those players then, or some of them that have been left out of the side this season, told you bluntly how they feel?
Absolutely. So I want that. I don't want. I hate players that. I love a team of bad losers. I love a team that. I love a squad that people aren't happy that they're not playing. But there's ways to do it. If a player wants to come and bang on my door, even kick my door down, I'm not going to have a go at him, because he's showing his passion in the right way and at the right times.
When I asked you after the match on Saturday about the next trio of games, you were customary coy in your answer. Would it not be human nature to look beyond this Grimsby match?
It's always human nature, Steve. And I'm only human. Every other manager in this league. If a manager turns around and tells you that he's not looked at the up and coming fixtures, then they're totally lying. Everyone looks to plan ahead and prepare ahead, but it's really singling things down to what is the most important, and the most important fixture this season is Tuesday. That's our next fixture. It's our biggest fixture, and then what I've tried to get across to the lads is, let's just concentrate on that one fixture. Then when that's gone, we'll concentrate on the next one. And I keep saying to people, at the blink of an eye, the season's over, and we'll either be in a position where we're celebrating, or we'll be in a position where we have to sit and plan plan for another season in this division.
But as you say, when you are planning ahead, and as you are doing so now, I would imagine for this next trio of games, an important trio of games, have you set a minimum points target which you want to achieve?
No. I say, and I'm being totally honest, the next game's the most important. Football's taught me. As soon as you start getting ahead of yourself, as soon as you start planning a little bit too advanced of yourself, things happen like injuries, loss of form, a bit of bad luck. So we just concentrate on Tuesday. If we come through Tuesday, win, lose or draw, and we've got a full quota of players, and we haven't got any injuries, then that'll be a positive.